Annyeonghaseyo, welcome to Korean with KT session number 1, and in this session we are going to learn Korean language very easily. This is Korean lesson 1, Hangul, all the 40 alphabets through English. You can also learn through Hindi, and that session will be uploaded soon. So stay tuned. Before we start learning alphabets, the Korean alphabets, we should know a few things that the Korean alphabets are known as Hangul. Okay, it is known as Hangul. It can be written like the first word like Hangul. It can be written like this, or it can also be written like Hanguel, or also Hangeul. All three are correct. Just pronunciation is Hangul. Kim Sejong was sorry, not Kim Sejong. I've written by mistake. King Sejong created Hangul using these principle. So the principle was heaven, ground, and man. So I want to explain you this principle. Is okay. So just look here. This is heaven plus ground plus man. What is this going to give? And here one correction that I'm not sure if it is Kim Sejong. It can be the Sejong. The King Sejong surname can be Kim, so don't mind this. Okay. Instead of Hangul, here will be vowels. Hangul vowels. Okay. Hangul vowel. Consonants are not created using this principle, only Hangul vowels. So this, if you add in this order, you are going to get this. Okay, you are going to get this character, and this is a vowel in Korean. And suppose if you put man first, like heaven plus man plus ground, you are going to get this one, this character, and this is also vowel. Both of them look little same, just this man, sorry, this ground direction is opposite in both. Okay, and the same way it is created horizontally or vertically. Okay, if you put um, just do not get in heaven, ground, and man. You will get confused. It's better to memorize all the vowels. Okay, just this is I just explained you with two examples. And one more thing before we get into the vowels and consonants, you should know that Korean language is known as Hangul. It is known as Hangul. Okay, so I'm writing that for you, and it is important to know because you're learning the language and if you don't know what is the name of that language in its own language, then what's the use? Okay. This is how we write Hangul. Okay, Hangul. So in Hangul, there are 10 basic vowels, 11 combined vowels, and 14 basic consonants, and 5 combined consonants. So basically, it is same as English. In English, we have vowels and consonants, but vowels are 5 Okay, vowels are 5 in number. And we have 21 consonants, I think. If I'm not wrong. Yeah, 26. Sorry, 26 are the total and 21 are the consonants and 5 are the vowels. Here, just vowels and consonants both are divided into two parts. Basic, combined. Vowels, for vowels it is basic and combined, and for this also it is combined, but instead of combined we usually say double consonants. Okay, but combined is also not a wrong word, but we use double consonants. Combined is also not a wrong word, but double is the we use usually double. Okay, or tense consonants or double consonants. Okay, both are fine. So all, if we add all of them, we will get 40. That means total 40 alphabets are there in Hangul. In English we just have 26, but in Hangul we have 40 alphabets. But don't think that they are 40, so how we are going to memorize it? It will be difficult to memorize? No. They're actually very simple. You can memorize it in just a day. The people who has sharp memory, they can memorize it in an hour, in 2 hours, less than an hour. Okay, the people with average memory, they usually get memorized with Hangul in 2-3 days. But they don't. But Hangul is never takes more than a week. If you are, if your memory power is very weak, then also it's easy. This language is really easy. The Hangul is the easiest alphabet, so you're not going to face problem in memorizing them. Basic vowels are the easiest, and I will help you how to memorize them. So I will make a separate memorizing session for this, and that will be soon uploaded on the channel. First of all, we will do yes, we will do memorizing session first, okay, and then we will get into the lesson number 2. And memorizing session is quite important because I'm going to tell you some exceptions and many things that that I may not tell you in this session. So that session is also really important. You need to watch that. Okay. So first of all, let's get into the basic vowels. These are the pronunciations. Okay. This is you can find whatever like it is written. These are only the pronunciations. Like a Korean word, if we find a Korean word written in English, not in the Korean language structure, not the Korean word structure, in English, the pronunciation of it in English. And so it in some of them it is written in different like this. The pronunciation is O, but it's actually not O. Okay, and they all have a name, but I'm not going to tell you the name right in this session only. I will tell you in the memorizing session. Here we are just going to know the pronunciations. They all have names. Okay, but I'm not going to tell you in this session. I will tell you in the memorizing session. Okay, so this character has the pronunciation of A. The pronunciation is A. And whenever you find like in any Korean word this is there. So when they are written in English, I'm not talking about the translation, I'm talking about their pronunciation written in English. So you will find that written in A usually. Okay, and this is Ya. This structure is Ya. This is A and this is Ya. A, Ya. And this is O. Do you remember this? These two I told you about. I told you this as an example when we were doing the principle. Yes, do you remember this? Okay, so this have the pronunciation of O. Okay, this symbol uh, just represents the sound of O. Okay, but it is when it is in a word, it like uh, any word, any Korean word, when it is written in English, it is not written like the O sound. When there is O sound, whenever at whatever place O sound is there, we don't write it with this symbol. You will find it either written as a, okay, or you will find it written as a, okay. Is more often. This one is more often. Okay, because this is used in you basically. Okay, but somewhere this represents the sound of o. Okay, in some words. Sometimes it represents. Okay, so don't get confused. O- Okay, and either instead of this, you will find the sound. You will find the word written eo. Eo represents this. This is written as E O in English, but pronunciation is not E O, the pronunciation is O. This can be written as this in English. Okay, you find written in these three. Okay, this one is less common, these two are more common. Okay, you find this the maximum. Okay, so whenever you find this, uh, you just you will get confused if you have still not uh, if you're still not introduced with the Korean syllable, then it will be difficult for you to recognize is it U or O. Okay, so that is why the Korean lesson number 2 is really important and you need to watch it. Then only you will not look at is it written UH or is it written EO. You will simply read the word written in the Korean syllable. Okay. So this you don't need to uh, get into this. Don't get confused in this. What you have to focus is on the correct pronunciation. Your pronunciation should be correct. This is pronounced as O. You will find it written as UH sometimes, or you will find it written as E or sometimes, but pronunciation is O. This has the pronunciation of yo. Okay, this has the pronunciation of yo. And how you will write it in the principle, that Korean vowel principle, heaven, ground and man. First of all, the heaven and the man plus ground plus man. Okay, this is how the King Sejong created Hangul. And one more thing I forgot you to tell, that is not that important, but you should know if you're learning Korean, that King Sejong, why did he created Hangul in Korea in the 1443, like in that century. He created Hangul in 1443, so the time before 1443, the century before it, it used to have the sound. The official language of that country was China. The people had the language of Chinese. People used to converse. Uh, they used to make a conversation in Chinese. But at that time, the maximum population of Korea was illiterate and poor. So they, because of lack of money, they couldn't afford good teachers, they couldn't afford books, teachers. So how come they can learn Chinese? And Chinese was such a difficult language. Only high class people could learn it with good teachers and books. So He created the easiest alphabet, Hangul, and then people afforded like the Korea. This is the now the Korean is now the official language of Korea, and it is very easy. It is not a difficult language. It's easy. Okay, but just there are some exceptions, but it is easy language, and Hangul is seriously the easiest alphabet. Okay, so let's get back into it. So this is O. You can see pronunciation written in bracket, that is O. And in English, like whenever this is written as O in English. Okay, the pronunciation is also written as O, and the word is also written in O. Okay, so whatever you find in the bracket, they are just the pronunciations to explain you. But whenever these are actually not written the same in English. Some of them are written same, but not all. Okay, now this one is yo. It is same. It is written yo only. Okay, this one is yo. Yo. This one is oo. This is oo. And this one is you. Okay, pronunciation and the writing is also same. Oo, you. Now this one is not, it does not have a phonetic value, but it is written as ear or a. It's it is maximum. It is often used as ear. Okay, ear is maximum used. Okay, or oftenly used. Okay, it is oftenly written ear, but U is also written sometimes. Just best example is Hangul. See, this is written Hangul, and here over here, let me spotlight it. See, here you can see where I'm pointing the dot. Here a line is there. That is only this ear, the ear vowel. Okay, this one, this. It has no phonetic value, but it is useful. It is silent. It is not almost silent. It has a sound almost. Okay, you will understand its used in the use of it. You will understand in lesson number 2, Korean lesson number 2, in which we will learn about the Korean syllable and how to read Korean words. Okay, I will introduce you with the Korean word. Now this one is E, written as E, pronunciation is also E. Okay, and it is written as ear. Okay, it almost does not have a phonetic value because this is used with consonants. Okay, uh, it is used with consonants, and consonants, when it is used with consonants, okay, you will not able to understand it before I will introduce you the consonants. So we'll get back to ear. First let's learn about the combined vowels and then the consonants, then I will explain you ear again. Okay, and the rest things about ear, so that you do not get confused. I'm not telling everything at once. So combined vowels are 11, and these are the combined vowels. And combined vowels are they are combined of basic vowels. Okay. So two basic vowels create one combined vowel, but that's not, that's not necessary. It's not compulsory, because here these two is combined of one basic and one combined. Okay. And yeah, these two I'm not sure about, because which two basic consonant is it combined of, because this can be a also, a plus e, and this can be o plus e also, sorry, e plus o also. Okay, that is why do not focus on how they're combined, you just have to memorize them. The best way is memorizing them. If you think that this is this and this is this, and then we add it, and then what sound is going to create. So because sometimes the sounds are not actually as expected. Sometimes the sound goes unexpected, and you make mistakes in the pronunciations. So it's best to memorize them, to learn them. Don't be dependent upon the addition, like this is this vowel, and when we will add this vowel, which what sound we're going to create. Okay, so best ways to memorize them. Okay, but yeah, combined vowels are little difficult to memorize them, but I will help you how to memorize them in the memorizing session. Okay, so this character has sound a. Written, it is all written as a. And it has the sound of a. Basically, these two has the almost same sound. Okay, this is also a, and this is also a. Okay, Koreans, the natives of Koreans pronounce both of them a. But yes, we are the beginners and we are the non-Koreans, so we will get confused. Uh, like if someone says to write a Korean word in which A is there, then the sound of A is there, then which A you gonna write? The first one or the second one? That's confusing. So that is why for beginners, we have differentiated the sounds. Korean do not see the difference in the sound, they see the difference in uh, the word. Okay. So for beginners, these two have been differentiated. Okay, and this has a sound and this has a sound. Okay, if you pronounce this a, that will also be correct, and if you pronounce this a, that will also be correct. Both will be correct. Okay, if you pronounce this a, this h like character, if you pronounce it a or a, both will be correct, but I will recommend you to pronounce it a, so that you do not get confused. Being beginner, pronounce it a. Okay, and once you will get more expert at this language, you will be perfect at vocabulary, you will be able to make a conversation in Korean, and you will be fluent in this language. When you will be fluent in this language, then you will automatically say this a, because in fluency we mispronounce some words. Okay, and we do not care about a or a. When we are speaking in the fluency, we usually say it a. Okay, so being a beginner, you can say it a. That's better for you. A. Okay, so this a and this is a. And this one is ye. A, ye. This one is ya. A, ye, a, ye. A, ye, a, ye. Okay, a, ye, a, ye. Now this one. This has the sound wa. This has the sound wa. Okay, and it is composed of O and A. O plus A makes wa. But do not waste time in thinking that oh, this is O and this is A, O plus A is wa. That will take a lot of time, and that's not better. If you memorize them perfectly, you are going to say yes, this is wa. You don't need to say, you don't need to think O plus A. Simply wa. So memorizing is the, I will recommend you memorizing. Do not be dependent upon which basic words is combined with. Okay, so this one is war. This one is war, and it is usually written as either VO. Sorry, no, sorry, I'm really sorry. This is written as wo. It is written as wo. As per it has O plus O sound, uh, we we pronounce it wo, but this can also be pronounced wo. Wo, it doesn't matter. Influensive people say it wo. Influensive people usually say it wo. It can be wo, it can be wo. Both pronunciations are okay. Okay? You can call it wo. Okay, wo. This is wo. Now this one is we. We. O, so not O, this is U plus E. U plus E is not we because we is this one. Ear plus E, we. And this has a almost sound of a. This has almost the sound of a, but not at all a great, not a phonetic value, but it has a sound of a. It is used with consonants, and consonants already have the sound of a along with them. So it is considered as a non-phonetic. It is considered as a vowel with non-phonetic sound, but it has a sound that is a. It is used like a. It is a. Okay, and this is e. This is v. So do not. That is why if you will pronounce this ue. You will pronounce it ue then. So do not be dependent upon this is u plus e ue. Do not be like this. You have to memorize them, okay, because sometimes the sound goes unexpected. So you have to pronounce this we. We. This is we. This is we. Now this one, it is we. Basically, all three of them has almost the sound of we. And yes, we are beginners, and beginners will get confused if all of three will have the same sound. Then, if someone says to write them a word that is with way, then how you gonna write way? The first one, the second one, or the third one? So, to erase that confusion again, we have differentiated the pronunciations. And this is O plus E. O plus E is OE. This is written as OE, or you will find it written as vowels. So you can find it written as OA or way. Both are, you can find it written in both the ways. Okay. Somewhere you will find it written way, somewhere you will find it written OE, but it has the sound way, way, way. Okay, way. It is, there's a little difference between this and this sound. This is way and this one is way. Way. Okay, the difference is between the lip movement. When you pronounce this, you do not have a flat mouth. Okay, you pronounce it O. First of all, your lip movement is of O. Your lips get to the shape of O, and then way, way, way. First of all, when you pronounce this way, your lip has the lip, the shape, it takes the shape of O and then A. When you pronounce this way, and when you pronounce this way, it is way, way. Your mouth is flat. your mouth is flat. No, it does not. It do not takes the round shape. That is how you can differentiate between them. Okay, and this one has the sound of va. This has the sound of va. This is also pronounced by the natives way. It is all three of them are pronounced way. They do not take care way, where, way. No, they pronounce all of them, all three of them way, because they are because in fluency they do not take care of this. Okay, so uh, you can just like you can think like the sorry, the differentiate. I like the how I differentiated between them, the sounds between them. I feel that it's better to say them way, way, where, way. Okay? Being a beginner, it's I think better for you to pronounce them differently. But when you become fluent in this language, then you will do not care about it. You will pronounce all three of them way in the fluency. Okay? So now let's get into the basic consonants, that are 14 basic consonants. Okay, so do not uh, uh, please do not notice mind their places. Okay, and I have almost tried it to write in order. Okay, somewhere I have misordered it, so do not go on the order, do not mind the order. Just what you have to concentrate is on their pronunciations. So the pronunciations are not written here. I'm going to write it for you. Okay, so this is g. This is g. 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 Okay, this has the sound of g. G. And this has the sound of n. This has the sound of n. N. Not completely n, because it becomes n when it is added with ear. Okay, then it becomes n, complete n, but it is n without ear. Okay, now I hope you got the use of this ear, and you will find it more useful when you will get in when you will be introduced to with when I will introduce you with syllable, the Korean syllable. Now this is the. It has the sound of not the. It has the sound of the. I'm repeating the sounds again and twice so that you are cleared with each and every sound. This one has the sound of r and l. Koreans do not pronounce this r, but beginners pronounce. But big for big in some words it has the sound of r. Somewhere this is pronounced r. Okay, in some words. Okay, not there are particular words in which at a particular placements it has the sound of r. Okay, not all words with this uh, yet this yet basic consonant. Okay, so do not get confused, and I will tell you where it is r and where it is l in Korean lesson number 3, because that depends upon its position. Okay, and this placement, is it on button, it is on beginning consonant. Okay, it depends upon that. So for this, you just remember that it has the sound of l only, because Korean, if you tell Korean to pronounce rat, they will pronounce it lat. Okay, lat, because they do not have the sound of r in their Hangul, and they do not have the sound of r in their language. they always pronounce this as l. So there's no sound of r. R is very less pronounced. In some words, in a very few words, this has the sound of r. Okay, in some words. So basically, it has for the natives, it has the sound l. But yeah, it has r sound sometimes. Okay, so basically it has two sounds, that is r and l, but maximum times it is l. Okay, this leaf has the sound l. Okay, r is almost no. It is almost no because sometimes it is in some words it is pronounced r, but Koreans do not have the sound, do not pronounce the sound r. Korean pronounce r, but you will find in some words the pronunciation as r when it is a company name. Okay, then a brand name, a company name that cannot be converted into their language because that's a company name. Okay, that's so at that time it is r. Okay, some place at some times. Okay, there, yes, there are particular words in which it has the sound r, but it can only be in beginning consonants and in few words, in some words. Okay, so this one is has the sound of m. The square like character has the sound of m. This has sound v. This has sound v. And one thing I forgot to tell you is that Korean has in this modern era, Korean do not have 40 alphabets. It only has 24 alphabets. That is the 14 basic consonants and the 10 basic vowels. The combined vowels and the double consonants or the tense consonants are not included now in the Hangul, but why am I teaching you and why everybody else is teaching you? They know that in modern era we have only 24, but still you need to learn all the 40 because the combined vowels, as I told you, these combined vowels do not exist because Korean, and because this can be added. This is made up of basic vowels, it can be added, that is why. Okay, and you combine the double consonants is made from basic consonants only. Okay, so that is why now it has changed to 24. Still you need to learn all the 40 because sometimes the sound goes unexpected. Okay, as I told you, some in the combined vowels I taught you that how the sound goes unexpected sometimes. So you need to learn all of them. You need to memorize them. Okay, so this is b, b, b. Now this is s, 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 and sometimes it is sh. It is sh. And when it is sh, I'm going to tell you in the memorizing session. Okay, I will tell you in the memorizing session when it is sh. Okay, I'm not going to tell you everything in this session only. I want you to watch memorization because certain few things I have to tell in that. Okay, this has no phonetic value. It do not have no phonetic value. It is a silent consonant. But when it is used at the bachim, when it is used at the bachim, it do have a phonetic value, but you will not understand it until I introduce you with the Korean syllable, the bachim, the beginning consonant. So you need to stay tuned for the lesson number 2. Okay, that lesson is really important because there are many exceptions and changes in the sounds when depending upon the positions. So basically, it do not have any sound. It is a silent consonant. What it has, okay, it has no sound. It is a silent consonant, no sound. Now this one is j, j. This is j, j. You do not have to pronounce how you pronounce the English J, the English J. You have to pronounce it with the teeth closed and a flat mouth with a smile and a teeth closed. J, J. Okay, you have to pronounce it like that. Now this one has the sound K, K. This is not K. It is not K. It is K, K. Okay, and this one has the sound T, T, not T. It has a sound T because the K that is in the tensed consonants. This is P, 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 and this one is H, H, not complete H, H. It is not H, it is H, H, H. Okay, a little air is puffed out, little air is thrown out of your mouth, little air is puffed out of your mouth, and this is Ch, Ch, Ch. And all of these, they are the aspirated basic consonants. Okay, do not get confused like it has so many types. Like consonants have two types and basic consonants is one of them, and then basic consonants also have two types. So do not get confused. Aspirated just means that these, when you pronounce them, you are puffing out an air, not simply k, it is k. So that you puffing out some air, you're throwing out some air from your mouth. Okay, so uh, that's all for this session. We will do the tensed consonants or the double consonants in the next session because it's already 42 minutes. So let's not extend it more. Let it be of 43 to 44 minutes only. So what you just have to do is you have to learn them. अभी तक we are just learned basic consonants, basic vowels, and combined vowels. I was planning to take all the 40 vowels, but I could not take that because of time limit, and I don't want it to extend it to an hour. That is why. So do not worry. We'll make a separate session for the tensed consonants or the doubled consonants. They're easy and it won't take that more than 5 minutes for that session. Okay, it won't take more than 5 minutes for that session. We'll cover those 5 big double consonants very quickly. So thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, so do subscribe, okay, and like. I will get to know that you found it helpful if I get a like. Okay, and do let me know I want the feedback of this video in the comments. Do let me know how much you understood. If you still not understood any sound or any pronunciation, if you didn't understood, if you have any doubt, you can tell me, because now I'm being a beginner also. I am very clear with the Hangul. I'm clear with the Hangul. So if you have any doubt, I will be able to clear them. So if you have any doubt, just comment any comment. Okay, just learn them and how to learn them. Yeah, how to learn them easily, I will tell you in the memorizing session. So you need to watch it. But still, you try to learn them. Try to learn them. Okay, and stay tuned for the next lesson.